Hey guys, welcome back to 4 Minutes with 4 Pro. Here's what we're going to talk about today. Plate carriers, plates, battle belts, and all this stuff. We're going to talk about this stuff, okay? Here's why. A lot of people out there are buying like Mall Ninja level stuff, and then you see guys that are buying like absolute top tier stuff. And there's a big difference, okay? Huge difference actually, but unless you really like this is what you do all day, you probably don't know, okay? You probably don't get it, probably don't understand it, have some questions. It's very hard to get a straightforward, I want to say unadulterated answer, but really honestly, especially nowadays, because people on the internet suck, okay? You could have that question with so many different people, and you might ask on a Facebook group or something and get 20 answers and 2 of them are helpful. The rest of them are just people suck, okay? So I apologize for that. I'm gonna go through my kit and I'm gonna give you the trials and tribulations real quick of how it's gotten to here. Then I'm gonna tell you why it's gotten to here, and then I'm gonna tell you what I think you possibly should get and give you the categories of why and a little bit more explanation. Breaking right into it. This is an Esstac Daodon Light, or ASS carrier. Light, ASS, I'm not going to say it because I don't know if that's an acronym or if they just are cool people. The guys at Esstac are awesome. This is their Esstac Daodon. This comes with the speed clips because it's the light. This is actually one I have for work. This one is actually their Daodon. This is their standard. That has Molly. This one doesn't. Think of this as like a slick top. You hear a lot of guys talking about like a slick, like a you know, a Spiritus Systems LV119, I think it is, or the JP Cry, or the Faro Concept Slickster. There's so much language. Here's what I can tell you. I had all those options, and I went with the Esstac. I went with the Esstac because they're absolute top tier quality. Everybody is running Esstac mag holsters. There's a reason for it, or Esstac mag pouches. This was on my kit. We're going to get to that. Esstac Daodon Light. I'm running the Botach steels. We're going to get to that. I probably lost some of you already, but we're going to explain that here in a second. These are the level 4 battle steels from Botach. Okay? There's a reason for it. I want my full kit. We're going to get to that. I want you to just stay with me. Go through it. We're going to explain it, and then you can tell me I'm an idiot later in the comments, or now. Magpul PMags, pretty self-explanatory, with Magpuls on the bottom. There's a reason for that. We're going to get to that. HRT Tactical Front Placard System. Absolutely the best investment I've ever made was the HRT Tactical. I love it. No other kit to me has the modularity that this one has. Even though you can change some stuff around, this one, I've got some medical stuff in here. I've got medical kit, Purell, I've got a knife, I've got a fire starter, I've got a Sharpie, I've got, by medical kit I mean a couple quick clots and some stuff like that. I've got a full water filtration kit, water filtration bag in here. I've got a tool pouch. This is my Gerber center drive. I don't know of any company that makes a magazine pouch or a utilitarian pouch that will actually fit this. It's a little snug, but I can get it in there and I can get it out of there. It's kind of a pain in the butt to get in there, but I like that. Great retention. Gerber center drive, check them out. Obviously, run-of-the-mill standard Glock magazine, HRT Tactical. I can't remember the name of this one. I can't remember the name. It's the HRT Tactical, Maximus Placard. Maximus Placard. Check that out. Really, really solid stuff. HSGI battle belt, Esstac battle belt. Anybody that's making a good battle belt, this is the HSGI. I like it because their belt with their Condor rigger system and a D-ring, very, very solid setup. Has the piece of Kydex in the middle, at least that's what I believe it is, and they stitch the crap out of it. Look them up, HSGI, phenomenal stuff. Now, Esstac magazine carrier, pretty self-explanatory, magazine plates. I only use on these, normally Bladetech Molly locks to help you guys out. This is a Bladetech Molly lock. It's a long plastic clip system, okay? The reason I run those, especially on heavier stuff, really rigid, okay? Really rigid compared to some other stuff. Right now on these, I'm running the Esstac Kiwi WTF straps, I think they're called. Great straps, excuse me. It's gonna bother me all day. Great straps, really good setup, really good retention for lighter stuff like this. Full M4 magazines, something like this where I had 2 M4 magazines and I had 2 Glock magazines, a little bit heavy for it. I digress. Safariland Als Holster, pretty self-explanatory. This is actually, I don't know who made this. This is for my suppressor. That's later on in the story. Hsgi handcuff holster because might need to lock somebody up. This is actually a one Tigris or a Condor. I can't find a med kit pouch that fits my full med kit, and then I found this one. Really simple to explain. Why do I have this pouch? Because I can grab an entire full med kit. This might seem ridiculous to some of you, but nobody makes a full waterproof pouch that I have found. If you find one, let me know. But this is full waterproof. I have everything that I can operate with in this med kit. Fully waterproof, gauze, bandages, steri strips, every single allergen medication, every single boo-boo ouchie stuff medication, everything. And the cool thing about it is, with this stupid knockoff pouch, which I hate using that crap, but it's a knockoff pouch and it's actually really good. Usually I don't like that stuff. That being said, here's where we get the fun part. Negative area. Why negative area? Well, I had a bigger magazine set up on there before. This is where we get to some of the why. When I originally tried to get this plate carrier from Esstac, they tried to talk me out of this carrier. I said, dude, run your M4 stuff on your chest and run your pistol stuff on your belt. I was like, no, dude, I know better than you. Trust me, like, dude, I wear big stuff on my duty belt all the time, like, I get it. Politely as he could say it, run your M4 stuff on your chest, run your pistol stuff on your belt. No, man, it'd be super high speed if I could have both of them together. You see where this is not on my belt anymore. Much to my chagrin, ordered up exactly what he told me from the get-go when I did speak to them. They're really reliable, really knowledgeable people. I like to run as much stuff from the same company as possible. Okay? I like Glocks. I like to run Glocks in everything or on everything. Unfortunately, what I like to carry, what I'm issued, what different people like to carry, totally different thing. That being said, we're going to go further. I like my Esstac plate carrier. I like my Esstac carrier cummerbund. I like my Esstac pouches. I will probably be going to an Esstac battle belt one day if this ever fails me, unless I just really, I don't know if they do an actual sleeve like this one. I like to basically be able to call somebody and say, hey, I've got a problem, deal with one person for everything. I can't do that just yet, but to give you an example, this is part of their Esstac setup, and this is a placard setup. This is what everybody runs, or everybody's trying to run, and there is a good reason for it. Let's say I don't want to run this. 2 clips, Velcro. Oh, and I have my HRT tactical. That's really cool too. That's my HRT tactical tourniquet holder. Need to train more and remember that it's there because I don't have it in the same spot on this one. Need to remember that's there. Remember, sometimes dressing up and all this stuff is cool. This is actually, I run this slick. I don't run this on a carrier normally. This is a Frog Pro backer. A lot of people probably have never heard of this company. This company is out of the UK, I believe, Frog Pro. Really amazing backer. I haven't seen anybody really running one of these yet. Come in black. This one's in multicam. Doesn't really matter. Should have just got black around the board. But this one's in multicam. If I'm running the chest rig, and I'm not running this actual chest rig. But in the event that I want to run this on my plate carrier, rip this backer off, okay? Turn around. I like to lean forward a little bit. Make sure you can see me going bald or something, you know. I like to lean forward. It's a little harder with heavier stuff. That's why I like to lean forward, trying to get the clips in first. Pain in the butt on one leg, which is another story. But clip this one in, clip this one in. Oh, hang on. Gonna have to go one at a time because I'm working handicapped here. Clip that one in, put that one in, push it down, and now that's on your plate carrier. It's not going anywhere. You really have to want to get this off your person to deal with that. A little big for me. I built this as a train with it, run with it, gun with it, places where I might not necessarily want to run my carrier, but this is an Esstac setup. It is just 4 of their magazine carriers, okay, on a placard. So this is a 4-piece placard. These and these are not part of their setup. They've got a lot of different options on their website, and you can go and modify and customize with the Esstac stuff. You can get them naked like this, which is where there's no molly on the front, or you can get them with molly or webbed like this. You can customize your stuff. They have a lot of different options. I really like the Esstac stuff. Can't put them over enough. Okay, that being said, I put 2 more Esstac pouches with Bladetech molly locks on there. I put a Esstac blowout kit. Reason for this, really simple. Pop the cap, pull this off. There you go. Now you're ready to go. Here's a full med kit, ready to go. Let's say I get done. Oops, I dropped my duct tape, or electrical tape. Poor man's Band-Aids, right? Let's say you're ready to get done, do that, ready to go. I don't have anywhere to put my cell phone. Here's my cell phone case. So in the event that I have my cell phone, snatch that in there, ready to go. If it breaks, it breaks, but I'm probably not gonna be like fighting the Nazis in this kit. And that sounds crazy to some people, but more than likely, I'm going to be standing around, talking, securing a scene, doing something different than taking rounds directly to my cell phone. Somebody's already commented, why would you put your cell phone here? Because it might get destroyed. Let your conscience be your guide. That being said, hey, you know what? I'm bored of this. I'm going to run this one. Okay? We're going to run something else. We got the Frog Pro out of the way. We're going to go back to our main setup here, which is what I normally run. And we're going to do this guy. I'm going to do this guy. It's easier when it's a lot lighter. I'm just going to pop them on. Now that I've run you through what I'm wearing, part of the why, part of the how, and why I want you to really start focusing on this video. I'm going to breathe, take a step back, and we're going to talk about this for a second. As you notice, I'm resetting where my stuff is because I kind of have my own way, and by wearing this stuff, I know exactly where everything's supposed to be. A couple days ago, you see how I just grabbed my suppressor out of there? A couple days ago, I showed a friend of mine this setup. I grabbed it to put it on today, and when I went to put my suppressor out, automatically went to put my thumb in it because I know this kit almost in and out. More so the belt than the kit. And I had to turn around and improvise and try and like snatch my suppressor out in a weird way. Get to where you know your kit. You should be able to touch your handcuff pouch without thinking about it. You should be able to go and snap your gun out of a triple retention holster without even thinking about it. You should be able to grab a magazine and pull it out without even thinking about it. Be able to index off of it, even if you've got to glance down. You should know your kit. If for no other reason than putting all this on, making a YouTube video, and then sitting around the Diamond Casino getting your butt kicked in blackjack, or maybe you go to the track, I don't know. But you should know your kit. You're a grown man, a grown woman, or a blossoming young man. That was very Joe Biden of me. A human being, or a meat popsicle. And you should know where your stuff is. Comment below if you got the meat popsicle reference. Nobody ever does. It's weird. It sucks. Anyway, I tell you this. Here's some of the why. I was running a full-size dump pouch right here when I first put these magazines over. And I was like, that's cool, but I would run my rifle and there's really no way to secure it without putting it on my backside and strapping it down with my cinching it with my strap. And I kind of wanted a retention system. So leap, skip, and a jump away, I found a tactical assault gear weapons catch. I've never held one in person. I've seen them. And I thought that is the coolest thing on the planet. Until I put one on. And it is so wide that I can't walk through a standard doorway without turning sideways. And the last thing I want to do, in the off chance that I'm actually securing a room, securing a building, and is be hitting doors and making a bunch of noise and having problems. Again, probably more likely going to be standing around, and this would get a lot of use, but it's too big for me. It's not practical. I could see in the desert, I could see on deployments in Iraq, Afghanistan, but sitting in vehicles and doing stuff, it was just too much. this was my alternative solution. This is a mini roly-poly. This is a really cool small dump pouch from Maxpedition. This was my alternative to my big dump pouch because realistically, whether you're on the range and you're drinking water, you got nowhere to put it in your dump pouch. You turn around, you do a tack reload, you pull a magazine out, you do your thing, whatever, you put the other one in the dump pouch. It's cool, whatever. You see how difficult it is for me to get these magazines out? There's two reasons for that. One, I kind of want the retention. So I love that the Maximus has that. I could put some stuff down in here or make it to where these magazines don't go so far down. And I can make it to where they stick up like that. And then I can probably just snatch them out and throw them in the rifle. But I like the fact that they're really, really, really in there. But I can still get them out fairly quick now that I have these mag pulls on them. That's because I took my stuff, I went to the range, and I tried it. I know that sounds crazy. I sat around the house with some snap caps and tried it. I know that sounds crazy. But a lot of this stuff is stuff that you can do at home, and you don't even need somebody else's opinion. If your gear is not changing all the time, you're not growing. Or you don't sit on the phone all day, or you don't sit on YouTube all day, which is awesome, and I commend you and I respect you. But you should still be finding weak points and failure points if you're training. One of the things that I'm gonna have to do, because you can't find ammo, is I'm gonna have to start training, and these aren't gonna be 3 regular magazines, these are gonna be 3 conversion mags, and I'm gonna be running 22 out of my AR. It stinks, it sucks. I don't know how that's gonna work with the piston system. I might have to use my DI gun. I've not tried to run a piston system gun with my bolt, my 22 conversion bolt, but we're gonna find that out, and then we're gonna know, okay? Because I'm trying my gear out, and I'm not letting this ammo shortage nonsense stop my training. Now, continuing forward. So I found a problem with this, I found a solution with the mag pulls, okay? I found my placards, my plate carriers, as far as that goes. My Botach Battle Steel level 4s. I think that was the best decision I've ever made, was to buy that set. Now, I've had somebody tell me, well, you know, with what you do for work, why would you do that? Okay, I have a vest that has level 4 steels, or level 3, no, they're level 4s, they're KD level 4s, CATI level 4s. Great, but they are heavy. My purpose for that vest is in an active shooter situation. If I know that I'm running directly at a rifleman, or directly at somebody with something pretty serious, or even pistol caliber, I'd much rather have a steel plate that can take hits over and over and over and over and over and over and over again and not really get back face deformation, which if you don't know about that, here's the reality. When this ceramic plate gets hit, whether it's the Botach level 4 battle steels, which again, I'm not trying to really plug them, but I am gonna plug them because I'm a huge fan of them. Katie, AR500, Botach, Hsgi, LA Police Gear has some, Spartan has some. Regardless what sappy plates, what you're running, something is better than nothing. But you can get back face deformation. What that means is it's not so much the energy hitting the plate that can kill you, it's the plate bowing in the back or blowing out. Even if the round doesn't truly penetrate, as that round hits, it'll concave the back of that plate or make it convex, but technically it's concaving the plate in the front and pushing that plate backwards or backbowing that plate. So this is the front of you, this is your body, and this is the plate. When that round hits, it kind of does that, blows it back out. I like to run pads behind my plate for that reason. There's different companies that make thin pads. Is it probably window dressing? Yes, but I'm gonna give myself any chance I can to stay in the fight and survive the fight. So I've got my steel plates for that purpose. When I've got rounds just coming down the hallway, or I'm running straight at somebody and there's a bad guy there and I pull out, I'm just running straight at him, and I know, hey, that's what's gonna happen, you know what I mean? I wanna be there. But that being said, ceramic to me is a little bit of a liability in that situation, because that's not I'm gonna try and take cover. That's a, dude, fatal funnel, I don't care. we're pushing some piece of shit's in there killing children. Some piece of shit's in there killing kids. I'm charging. Tell my family I love them. Like, not trying to be that guy, but I'm not going to be sitting there outside with a 12-power scope waiting on the guy. Well, it's just not going to happen, okay? I've had a conversation with firemen, and they're like, dude, I'm going to grab a hatchet off the truck and run in. Because technically, we're supposed to go in first. And they're like, hell no, you think I'm going to stand aside? That's how everybody feels. That's how most men feel, okay? Not C.C. Felder or whatever, but that's how most men feel, okay? So that being said, or C.C. Telfer, whatever the hell anyway, the Botach level 4 battle steels. I've seen some people smash them on the internet. I think it was Mr. Guns and Gear or Demolition Ranch, but I saw one of the bigger YouTube champions that, they beat the hell out of that thing. And it worked just as good as any level 4 plate I've seen. And they're like $100 or $150 a plate. So here's my question to you, okay? Would you rather have all of your kit together and be able to upgrade it in the future if you want a Hsgi level 4 that's $1,400 and weighs 1.5 pounds less than this? Ounces and pounds suck, by the way, but just follow me. I'm set up. I'm not saving money right now to buy those plates. I have a plate that I know will function well. It's not the Gucciest of the Gucci plate. It's not an Agency Arms Glock plate. Should I have sold my Agency Arms Glock and maybe gotten a Hsgi? Sure, maybe, but this is the gun I've got right now in this setup. The reason I've got it is because I cannot find something else that has the texture on this that this does. I have gotten rid of the armor on it recently. I may go back to it. I have the compensator in the light. Is it a Gucci Glock? Sure. But I really run this gun well. So that's why that gun is on this belt setup right now. Going back to the plates one more time and then I'll digress. Something is better than nothing. If you've got $500 to spend and you buy an Esstac plate carrier, you buy an HRT Tactical Maximus placard, you're at like $300. So I guess just buy some, buy some cool morale patches. Toot toot! Buy something cool that you like, because you're not going to be able to afford plates. Or you can buy some Botach level 4s, like I did, and you have plates that are functional. And the truth of the matter is, I have one that was damaged and tested it. Wish I still had the footage. They work. They work. Look them up on YouTube. They work. Something is better than nothing. Oh man, Tommy looks great in that gear, but I'll tell you what, when he took 7 rounds to the chest and died, I don't know what happened. I don't know why he had a plate carrier on, no plates in it. Buy them. Buy them. Buy something else. I know a guy that just bought some LA police gear, says they're awesome. He bought 3. Why'd he buy 3? Hey dude, I can buy 3 of these and test one out for the price that I can not have any Hsgis or not have any of this, not have any of that. Not saying the Hsgis are dumb. You can get some Hsgis for like $400, $500, $600, okay? But there's an avenue for everybody. I want to have something in here right now, and I'm going to buy some Hsgis in the future maybe. I may not, but these I know are good to go. Save money where you can. I understand, why would you save money on something that'll save your life? Just follow me. Something is better than nothing. I have Botach in these. I have Botach in this one. When my agency says, hey, would you like some plates? Absolutely. Hell yeah, I'll take them. But for right now, dude, I promise you, between this setup, and this setup, I've got, take this out of the equation, between this setup, and this setup, I've probably got $2,000 in everything. Because I bought one of these, and I bought one of these, and I bought one of these. You're not made of money? Buy what you can. Even if you gotta buy some stuff secondhand, buy what you can. Get yourself something. I want you to survive. I want you to win the fight. Okay? I promise you, these are better than nothing. They're awesome. For the price, they're awesome. I have a helmet. I have a revision helmet. It's an older helmet. Somebody told me, well, it's like a motorcycle if you drop your helmet. It's a level 3A helmet. They're not stopping M855 dead center. It's more for ouchie boo-boo, deflection, shearing, things like that. But I'd rather have something up here to keep me safe, okay? So we're gonna go back to and come full circle. We talked about my plate carrier. We talked about why I bought it. We talked about the Botach level 4 battle steels. I'm gonna put a link in the description so you guys know where to get those, okay? I'm gonna put a link for Esstac so you know where to get this stuff. I'm gonna put a link for HRT so you know where to get this stuff. I'm gonna put a link for Hsgi, all this stuff, so you can see and get some of this stuff for yourself. Trust me when I tell you, you're gonna buy stuff, you're gonna try it, and you're like, oh man, I like that, but I don't think I'm gonna run that. That's the best thing for you. When I put these pants on, the first thing I did was I went to reach in the back pocket like my 511s, because my brain had not wrapped itself around that these G3 pants, hey, the pocket's not where the other one is, okay? Put your stuff on. Like I said, when I go down for this holster and I go right here, I go down for that holster right there because I know where that holster is and I know what it's supposed to do. It's a little finicky to get the Surefire light in it, but I'm more worried about it coming out of the holster correctly than I am worried about it going in where I don't have to look down at it. I have to maybe just flare those a little bit, but again, trial, error, different stuff. Talking about the holster, okay? This one right here, this is another cool feature. These are the Bladetech Molly Lock. So I snap one snap on the side of my belt here, and I pull up on this hinge, and this entire holster comes out. So when I want to run my Beretta, I take this off. I put my Beretta holster in. When I have a placard or a belt set up, I might have a placard to run my Beretta because I'm sticking with Glock mags on this. I wanted to stick with what I'm more than likely, if I'm like, hey, throw me a magazine, I want somebody, more than likely, most people are still carrying Glock 9mm. They're not carrying 320s, they're not carrying X5s, they're not carrying 365s, they're not carrying P938s. Why am I saying all SIG stuff? They're not carrying M&Ps. Most people I run into are still carrying Glock 17s, Glock 19s, Glock 26s, okay? So I'd rather run something that, you know, throw me mag. But with this placard setup, okay? Oh, I'm running my Beretta? Cool. I'll just run some pistol mags and some rifle mags on here, okay? It's pretty simple. But when I take my stuff out and I go through what I have and you go through what you have, I mainly want you to look at a couple things, okay? I want you to look at why. Not because Mr. Guns and Gear told you to do it, not because Grand Thumb or Daddy or whatever they call him told you to do it. Take Pat McNamara, for example. Watch everyone's videos, okay? I can't stand sometimes watching Pat McNamara, and he's probably the exact same dude in real life that he is, but in some of his videos, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can't stand it. But I made myself watch a couple more videos because I'd rather say something positive about somebody than negative. And after you get through the surface layer of whatever the hell that is, I've already taken like 3 things from him. And if you're watching this and the off chance that you see this, Pat, before you try and murder me and kill me, okay, going in my kit. Genius. Next level genius stuff. You lose nothing from watching my video, Pat's video, Travis's video, Mr. Guns and Gear, Demolition Ranch guy's video, any of these guys. You lose nothing if you learn one thing. If one thing here that I told you in this amount of time saves your life, you lose nothing. I would love nothing more than to get a message, hey dude, I wasn't buying plates. Well, it would be terrible, but I would love nothing more than if someone's like, hey man, I wasn't buying battle steels or anything because I was saving up for Hsgos and I put my battle steels in, and you know, I threw my plate carrier on because we got a warrant call, and normally I don't throw it on, but dude, I took a round in the chest and I'm here. Dude, that would literally make my day. Make my day. I don't do this. I answer every single comment. That's why I'd love to make like millions of dollars on YouTube. I don't know how you would do it, but I'd love to. And get like everyone in the world sending me free stuff. It's not why I do this. I do this because I enjoy it. I actually learn from making these videos. These videos make me think in ways that I normally wouldn't because I have to express to you why I'm doing what I'm doing, which makes me even dig deeper to mine the emotional pay dirt of, okay, Here's why I did this. Here's why it worked. Here's why it didn't work. But now I have to teach it. It's one thing to be able to do something. It's another to be on the intellectual level where you're able to teach it. That was very Pat McNamara's. It's another thing to be on the intellectual level to be able to teach it. That's what I'm talking about. I've watched his videos enough that I can mirror him, but I've probably learned something from him, or 2 things, or 3 things. Even if he was a little rough around the edges for me, I'm smart enough to know, well, with his background, that dude knows some shit, and you're gonna put it on the internet for me to take it? I'm gonna reach out there and take it. Hell yeah. Knowledge is power, guys. Free knowledge, free stuff, take as much of that as possible. If one thing in my videos helps you learn something, or pushes you to go and learn something, or makes you realize something, and I don't mean this arrogantly, you're welcome. Like, that's awesome. That is the best compliment. Comment below, hey dude, you look stupid, your outfit's dumb, but I learned this from that. Thanks. Sweet, awesome. Try stuff, look for stuff, okay? You ultimately make all your own decisions. You ultimately are the master and ruler of your world. Now go out there and be somebody. Like, comment, subscribe, all that dumb stuff. Deuces.